What's really going on with Kelly Clarkson? The powerhouse voice behind hits like Stronger and Since You've Been Gone has built more than just a music legacy. She's become a daytime TV staple, a mentor on The Voice, and a role model to millions. But now, a wave of headlines and behind-the-scenes whispers suggest something major is brewing. And it might mean the end of the Kelly Clarkson Show. Is Kelly finally ready to walk away from it all? From personal heartbreak and emotional burnout to industry pressure and family priorities, we're diving deep into the story behind the rumors and the surprising truth about what's next for one of America's most beloved stars. And trust us, what you're about to hear might just change how you see her entire career. Let's get into it. Kelly Clarkson's journey began in 2002 when she was crowned the very first winner of American Idol. Overnight, she transformed from a Texas waitress into a pop sensation. Her debut single, A Moment Like This, shattered records, and what followed was a string of era-defining hits that made her a household name. But Kelly didn't just stop at music, she evolved fast. With multiple Grammy Awards under her belt, she branched out into television, becoming a coach on The Voice, and later, launching The Kelly Clarkson Show in 2019. The show quickly became a hit, praised for its upbeat tone and Kelly's warm, genuine presence. However, behind that winning smile was a woman carrying a lot more than just a microphone. Juggling music, television, motherhood, and a highly publicized divorce, Kelly was slowly being pulled in every direction, and it was starting to show. Her team pushed through, her fans stayed loyal, and the network kept expanding the show's reach. But cracks were beginning to form, and soon, things would get even more complicated. While Kelly Clarkson kept smiling for the cameras, her personal life was unraveling behind the scenes. In 2020, she filed for divorce from Brandon Blackstock, her husband of nearly 7 years, and the father of her 2 children. What followed was a bitter legal battle filled with headlines about custody disputes, property conflicts, and even financial disagreements over spousal support. The divorce wasn't just emotionally draining, it became public spectacle. Every move she made was scrutinized, and the stress started taking a visible toll. Kelly often spoke about the emotional weight she was carrying, mentioning in interviews how hard it was to put on a happy face while navigating a personal crisis. To reclaim some balance, Kelly made a bold decision. She relocated her talk show from Los Angeles to New York City. The goal was to be closer to extended family and provide a more grounded environment for her children. But the shift was also a gamble. Would a bi-coastal move hurt ratings? Could she juggle the demands of filming with being a single mom in a new city? Though Kelly tried to power through, fans began noticing a change. She seemed more subdued at times, more introspective. And while she continued to deliver heartfelt performances and uplifting segments, the sparkle that once defined her show seemed dim. What came next would only confirm what many had suspected. Kelly was reaching a breaking point. On the surface, The Kelly Clarkson Show seemed like a dream gig. A daytime talk show hosted by a Grammy-winning singer with charm, relatability, and a loyal fan base. It was a winning formula. But behind the scenes, the reality was far more intense, and at times, overwhelming. Daytime talk shows require a relentless schedule. Unlike a touring musician who might perform for a few nights a week, talk show hosts are expected to deliver consistent daily content. That means early mornings, hours of filming, pre-show prep, interviews, segment planning, rehearsals, and promotional duties, all stacked on top of each other. Kelly, who was already dealing with the emotional aftershocks of her divorce and relocation, was now tasked with running a high-pressure, high-visibility machine. And to make things even more challenging, the production wasn't always smooth. In 2023, reports surfaced suggesting that some of the show's staff members were working in a toxic environment. Allegations of poor management and emotional stress started making the rounds online. While Kelly herself wasn't directly blamed, the whispers painted a picture of a workplace that was more strained than supportive. For someone like Clarkson, who's always been known for her authenticity and emotional openness, these behind-the-scenes issues likely hit hard. She wasn't just a celebrity reading from cue cards. She genuinely cared, and the mounting pressure began to show, especially during moments when she candidly expressed how exhausted she felt. But what truly caught fans off guard was when Kelly began subtly hinting at something more, something deeper. As the seasons progressed, eagle-eyed fans began noticing subtle shifts in Kelly Clarkson's demeanor. She was still her bubbly, charismatic self in many segments, but those paying close attention could tell something was off. The spark that had once defined her on-camera persona sometimes flickered. During several interviews, she appeared noticeably drained. There were moments when her smiles didn't quite reach her eyes, and pauses in conversations felt heavier. While celebrities are trained to keep up appearances, Kelly has always worn her heart on her sleeve, and that transparency started revealing the toll the show was taking on her. One moment in particular raised eyebrows. In an episode that aired earlier this year, Kelly made a comment, half joking, half serious, about needing a break before she broke down. The audience laughed, but her tone suggested something deeper. Fans took to Reddit and TikTok to dissect her words, with many expressing concern that she might be struggling more than she was letting on. And it wasn't just emotional fatigue. Physically, she looked different. Thinner, paler, more tired. Viewers speculated about her health, while others pointed out that the demanding show schedule, combined with her personal responsibilities, might be pushing her past her limits. Some fans even recalled an episode where she seemed to momentarily space out during a guest segment before quickly recovering. It wasn't a meltdown or a dramatic walk-off, but it was enough to get people talking. The consensus? Something wasn't right, and Kelly might be nearing a breaking point. As the whispers grew louder, attention turned to what was happening behind the scenes, and whether a major decision was on the horizon. While the cameras captured the polished version of Kelly Clarkson's life, behind the scenes, a very different reality was unfolding. Multiple sources close to the production revealed that Kelly had been privately battling intense burnout. The kind that doesn't just wear you down, it can break you. Hosting a daytime talk show is no small feat. It's not just interviews and performances, it's hours of prep, daily rehearsals, production meetings, and non-stop media obligations. Add to that her music commitments, her new coaching role on The Voice, and being a full-time mom, and you start to understand the impossible balancing act Kelly was performing. Insiders reported that Kelly had been seriously reevaluating her priorities. In particular, she's been focused on creating stability for her 2 children, especially after the difficult and very public divorce from Brandon Blackstock. She's spoken candidly in interviews about the emotional toll of co-parenting and trying to maintain a healthy home environment for her kids. One friend reportedly told a tabloid, "She's exhausted. The show is a blessing, but it's also draining her." Kelly wants to be present for her kids, not just physically, but emotionally. And that's hard when you're filming 5 days a week and flying coast to coast. Behind closed doors, conversations began happening about whether the Kelly Clarkson Show should go on, at least with her as host. Sources said she wasn't just asking for a lighter schedule, she was questioning whether she could keep doing the show at all without sacrificing her well-being. And while no official decision had been made, the signs were there: a shift in energy, private meetings, rumors of production shakeups. It was clear that Kelly was standing at a career crossroads, one where she had to choose between pushing forward or finally hitting pause. As whispers of Kelly Clarkson possibly stepping away from her talk show began circulating online, fans wasted no time voicing their feelings. And the response? A mix of overwhelming support and deep concern. Across platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok, longtime viewers and loyal fans started sharing emotional messages. Some praised Kelly for prioritizing her mental health and family over career pressures. Tweets like, "Kelly Clarkson has given us everything. If she needs to take a break, she deserves it," quickly gained traction, racking up thousands of likes and shares. Others weren't just supportive, they were worried. Many pointed out how the constant demands of fame seemed to be eating away at yet another beloved celebrity. One Reddit thread posed the question, why do we only realize stars are human when they're on the verge of breaking? It sparked a broader conversation about the entertainment industry's relentless pace and the unrealistic expectations placed on public figures, especially women balancing motherhood and stardom. At the same time, some fans expressed a more selfish concern. What would daytime TV look like without The Kelly Clarkson Show? It's one of the few talk shows that has maintained an aura of authenticity and heart, led by a star who never seemed to put on a facade. Losing that kind of presence would leave a noticeable void in the landscape. Meanwhile, others pointed out the irony. Kelly's show, known for helping others open up about their struggles, may have come at the cost of her suppressing her own. One TikTok creator put it plainly, "We've watched her help so many people find their voice, but maybe it's time she listens to hers." The discussion took on a life of its own. Fans began reflecting on how the media treats its stars, how burnout is often glamorized, and how rare it is for someone to walk away at their peak, not because they're fading, but because they need to heal. Whether Kelly steps back temporarily or makes a permanent move, one thing became crystal clear. The world is watching, listening, and rooting for her, not just as a performer, but as a person. So here we are, at a crossroads in Kelly Clarkson's journey. A superstar who's given the world powerhouse vocals, gut-wrenching lyrics, and an open heart on daytime TV. Now possibly considering stepping away from it all. This moment isn't just about a celebrity reevaluating her career, it's about something deeper. A reminder that even the most successful, the most beloved, and the most seemingly unstoppable stars are human. Kelly's rumored decision isn't one made out of defeat, but out of self-preservation. And in today's world, that's a revolutionary act. Whether she chooses to pause, pivot, or persevere through her current path, Kelly Clarkson has already done what so many are too afraid to do. Acknowledge when enough might be enough. And that's the real story here. Not scandal, not drama, but strength. If this truly is the beginning of a new chapter or the closing of a beloved one, her fans won't forget the impact she's made. And more importantly, they'll be ready to support whatever comes next. Because at the end of the day, Kelly Clarkson has nothing left to prove. So here we are, at a crossroads in Kelly Clarkson's journey. A superstar who's given the world powerhouse vocals, gut-wrenching lyrics, and an open heart on daytime TV. Now possibly considering stepping away from it all. This moment isn't just about a celebrity reevaluating her career, it's about something deeper. A reminder that even the most successful, the most beloved, and the most seemingly unstoppable stars are human. Kelly's rumored decision isn't one made out of defeat, but out of self-preservation. And in today's world, that's a revolutionary act. Whether she chooses to pause, pivot, or persevere through her current path, Kelly Clarkson has already done what so many are too afraid to do. Acknowledge when enough might be enough. And that's the real story here. Not scandal, not drama, but strength. If this truly is the beginning of a new chapter or the closing of a beloved one, her fans won't forget the impact she's made. And more importantly, they'll be ready to support whatever comes next. Because at the end of the day, Kelly Clarkson has nothing left to prove.